Dear Baldemar, we love you. We love you. And dear Americans, and I say that word purposely, dear Americans, thank you for taking time today. This is a critical moment for our nation, and I was thinking back with the mayor of Toledo here. The motto of Toledo is Laborare et Orare, which means labor and prayer. To labor and to pray. Think about that. Pray in your own way. But this is a community that has always fought for the rights of labor. Always. And if you come to the building where I work, well, actually, none of us, most of us here, if it were 1789, we would not be citizens of our country. I happen to be a female. Those who were of African American heritage were slaves, and at least 3/4 of this audience is comprised of those individuals. We would not be citizens of this country. It took until 1920 for women to be afforded the right to vote. Think how many decades and decades and centuries that was. And it took a war in 1865 under President Lincoln to free the slaves. All right? Because we were a country founded in slavery. I'm reminded that every day when I walk into the building in which I cast my votes, the Capitol of the United States. It was built by slaves, and their names are not on the cornerstones, I can guarantee you that. All right? So we are a country that has been becoming since the very beginning. Since the very beginning. And we have to think about that because this is a moment on our continent and in our country like none other that I recall. And I've been looking for models of how do we organize the people across our country. I'm but one congresswoman in a very large place where we hold no gavel on no committee. People say, where are the Democrats? We are handcuffed right now inside the institution. And I say to myself, historically, when we think back to the fight whether those who were slaves could be free, that was America's most costly war. We lost over 600,000 Americans in that war, and we didn't have as many people as we have nowadays. It was bitter. Here in the district I represent on Johnson Island, there are Confederate soldiers buried, but Ohio was a free state. There are companies here, like the Libby family over in Perrysburg. There were those who directed their ships to supply the Union forces. There's a lot of history here for protecting those and fighting for those who work and work under very terrible, terrible conditions. So I say to myself, what's a model for us in the contemporary period? And probably what I see happening across our country now, no matter where you go, there's a social movement that is beginning to bubble up from coast to coast, and that's the real America. I see people like you. They're not yet connected like on rosary beads. They're not, or all the stars on the flag. They're not connected like that yet, but we are going to move to that. And if I look at models, when I think about Dr. King, and I was pretty young back then, but what happened with the civil rights movement, which changed the laws of this country forever. We have an administration that wants to roll them back, but they will fail. They will fail in this country because the majority of the American people are like you. They want to do what's right. They want to treat people well. We are being led by very selfish, highly wealthy people who have no idea about what your family has done in this country and what you have done to survive. They simply have no idea. They don't.
Marcy Kaptur, if you were so pro-immigrant, why did you and Republicans vote in favor of the Lincoln-Riley Act, essentially taking away due process for any undocumented person suspected of a crime, not convicted? Why are you such a staunch pro-Zionist? Why did you vote in favor of censuring Al Green when he tried to speak against Trump on the Senate floor? You are a liar! You vote with the Republicans! You are a fascist!
Must be on the other side. Must be on the other side. All right, we're going to hear a lot of that, but